So, an unusual exchange during Michael Cohen's hearing. Republican Congressman Mark Meadows challenged Cohen's assertion that President Trump is racist. Meadows brings out a surprise guest, Lynne Patton, a black woman who is a Trump administration official. Brought her out to stand with him as he said this to Cohen.
You made some very demeaning comments about the president that Ms. Patton doesn't agree with. In fact, it has to do with your claim of racism. She says that as a daughter of a man born in Birmingham, Alabama, that there is no way that she would work for an individual who was racist. How do you reconcile the two of those, Mr.
As neither should I, as the son of a Holocaust survivor.
Democratic Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence is just not having it.
I just want to put on the record, as being a black American and having endured the public comments of racism from the sitting president, as being a black person, I can only imagine what's being said in private. And to prop up one member of our entire race of black people and say that that nullifies that is totally insulting. And in this environment of expecting a president to be inclusive and to look at his administration speaks volume.
Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence, thank you for that. You were saying what a lot of people of color at home were saying. You were angry, you were frustrated about what Representative Meadows, how he used Lynne Patton as a prop. Explain to us, explain to our viewers what a lot of people of color saw happen there.
I was sitting there. First of all, I'm a member of Congress. I have sat through hundreds of hearings, watched hearings. I've never seen a human being being brought out as a prop for an issue you're trying to make. And then to bring out this one woman who, I don't know where they found her because she's not in his executive team. I've never seen her. I'm sure she's a good person. But to bring her out, and I'm sitting there knowing what we have gone through in America with Donald Trump as our president. You know, to hear the comments he made before he was president about Barack Obama. I mean, openly and with such authority and pride. He says racist things all the time. And you insult me by bringing one single woman up. And when you look at the Trump administration, it is not one that reflects the diversity of this great country. And why would you do that? And I sat there, you know, it wasn't my turn right after Meadows. And it just kept building up and building up. And I could not address that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that. She does work for HUD. She's close to the family. So I'm sure, as you said, she's a good person and a friend. But this action was, I think, just not a good move. Okay? It was insensitive.
It was not. It was not. It was. It's like the cliche, you know, some of my good friends are black, or I have a black friend, or I have a Jewish friend, or however you want to put it. It was just, it was so wrong on so many levels, and it was insulting. And, you know, something my grandmother told me, she said, Brenda, being a black woman in America, you're going to spend the most of your life forgiving people and educating people. And I hope today was an education for a number of people who thought that was a good idea.
Let's talk about some of the anecdotes that Michael Cohen used when he said that the president is racist, okay? He claims the president said, name a country run by a black that isn't a shithole. Only blacks would live like this. Blacks would never vote for him because they are too stupid. Do you think your Republican colleagues are excusing the president's behavior? Are they complicit in a way?
It's hard to sit there and see people whom you respect, you work with, and for them to be confronted And we know he called African countries shitholes because he tweeted it. We know that he has said things about, you know, the African American players. We know that he has said all of these things. So why would you even try to erase it? It is troubling. And that whole, when you listen to the hearing today, it was repeatedly attacks on Cohen without acknowledging any of the issues that are real, factual, and he was sharing as being in the bubble, the Trump bubble, for 10 years. So even Cohen said, it's surprising to me that not a single one of the Republicans has asked any substance questions about the allegations, about things that we know happened. I've shown you the check that I was reimbursed for paying the payoff to these women who were suing or trying to bribe the president because of his sexual relationships, and you don't even address those. It's nothing. It's just, and you know, everyone knows even a broke clock is right twice a day. This man may have lied, but we have not had an opportunity as Congress to address and ask questions. Someone that's been in the Trump bubble for 10 years, someone that was side by side with this man.
Yeah. Congresswoman, I really appreciate it. Come back anytime. Thank you so much.
Thank you.